All right, I'm going to start the Baptist fan, and we're going to select that pattern. We're going to go up to repeat patterns and click on the grid. As we click on the grid, we are then going to go down to total size and put in 84. And the reason we're doing 84 is our quilt width is 75, and I don't want those overhangs over on the sides. We're going to set up the height of our quilt at 94, just so that we can get the spacing between the rows. This is very similar to what you do on the Elevate and the edge-to-edge feature. Each one of these patterns measures 1319 by 8.71. That is way too small for me. So I'm going to go down to the, not the repeats, but the rows, the number of rows, and reduce that. And once we reduce the number of rows, just like on the edge-to-edge feature within the Elevate, the height of that pattern changes. And you can see that at the top of the screen on CS7. So I'm just going to get it to the point where it visually looks pretty decent to me. Okay? And then I'm going to look at the vertical spacing, and that's the space between the rows. And you can also manipulate that within the edge-to-edge feature on the Elevate. All right. So it looks pretty decent to me. Once you like how it looks, you can hit OK. Unfortunately, my recording doesn't allow me to see the child windows, so I'm going to have to explain them here. So if you take your cursor and move across the top and down, we're setting a boundary, okay? And I want to make sure that I'm not capturing anything on the top or on the bottom, because the only pieces that I want to trim are the sides. So I'm going in about 5 inches because I have my grid to set at 75, and down the right hand side across the bottom, but I'm making sure that I'm not capturing anything. So this boundary represents the size of our quilt, which in our case was 75 by 90. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing is these are still individual patterns. So we're going to select the left-hand pattern and right-click. All right, so we're selecting, sorry, we select the whole row by going across the top, right to left, and we're going to stretch that out just a squeak so that the right-hand side falls on the 75 inches. It does change it from the repeats, but that's okay. We're going to select the left-hand button. We're going to right-click and come down to fill. And then we're going to fill inside. Then we're going to go to the right side of that pattern, and we're going to right-click on our mouse and fill inside. So now the two sides are good. We're going to go up to Order Join, and then we're going to right-click and save that row as a pattern. And you can call it whatever you want to. I like to put the size of that row in the name. So I would call it Baptist Fan 75 inches. And I might be able to give you some screen prints on all of these at the end of the video or in a separate document. So then we created that pattern. We're going to right click, and then we're going to sync or back that particular pattern up to the cloud. If you use the Smart Sync, then you're going to want to make sure that that pattern is in the Elevate collection. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to test it. This is how you would do it on the Elevate. Go into repeat patterns with the row, have it repeat once, put the length in of your quilt just like we normally do on an edge to edge, and you can see the green dot is on the left and the stop is on the right, and we're going to roll after each one of these rows. So this is how I would do the Baptist fan with CS7. Create a row, send it over to the Elevate, and use the Elevate's edge to edge feature. Hope this was helpful. Thanks.